Hey everyone, welcome to Unicorn Dust Designs. Today we are going to do a thrift with me. So the family and I are taking you along to Savers to see what goodies we could find for my upcoming whatnot sale. So right away, these shelves are packed. However, the prices are redunculous. These cherubs were $6.99. I would have bought those if they were like $2.99, $3.99, but $6.99, no. And then this pig was $8.99. Do better. But my girl Everly, she found this vintage made in Japan kitty, and kitties do very well for me. And if people don't buy them, I keep them. I love cat stuff, and I don't even own a cat. So we put that in the cart, and then we decided to move on to the next section. But before I could get down that aisle, I found some blue and white decor. If you guys have seen my videos and my bookshelves, then you will know that I decorated with blue and white. These were gorgeous, but they had no markings on the bottom, so I felt like they were a little bit more modern, and they had a lot of flea bites around the edges. So I decided to pass on those. And can you guys tell I don't do thrift with me's very often by the angle of my filming here? I also found this salt like creamer, and it was made in Japan, and those do well for me too, but it was priced so high that I decided to go ahead and leave it on the shelf this time. But what I did find around the corner were these beautiful brass candle holders. There were 6 of them, you guys. So I grabbed all of them, and 2 of these beauties are going to be in the giveaway, which I will explain later, which will be on Whatnot. So going down the aisles, of course, John was with me, so he's like, what's the price on that? It was $20, and it didn't even have its original base. So we decided to put that back for now. But you guys, the wood section is my favorite section to shop. One, I feel like the prices are the best down this section, and the shelves are like packed to the max. Now, if you are a new thrifter, you need to make sure you're picking up everything, that you're going towards the back of the shelves, that you're looking high and you are looking low, because they get so much stuff here on a daily basis. There are so many hands on it. We are throwing that in the cart because I love to upcycle them. They are so easy. But you really want to look around, because different people price different things differently at Savers. So you just never know what little score you're going to find. Like this looked $3.99, but it was like some kind of paper mache thing. But I did find a wood bowl all the way in the back. Gotta grab it. You gotta grab those things, and look at the brass ring around the bottom. So that's getting thrown in the cart. And then look what John finds. Yes, high. You gotta look high. This thing is heavy, you guys, and it was only $8.99. How is this $8.99, but that pig was $8.99? Please tell me. So we put that in the cart as well. I have a problem. I do. I really do. I found some vintage like tins. This one was beautiful with birds all over it. And this brass, I want to say it's a candle holder. I love brass. I decorate with brass. I know it might not be everybody's jam because they think it looks dated, but oh my gosh, it looks gorgeous with books and florals and greenery. So that one was $3.99. I decided to grab it. I thought it had a cool design on it, and I thought that it could possibly sell pretty well for me. Silver doesn't doesn't do that well, but you never know. There is a buyer for everything. I saw these little brass babies, and Google Lens said they sell for like an average of 30, but I didn't know if I had a buyer for them. So I left those. I left those because they were just copper plated. Um, they would have been fun, but for the price, I felt like I could get something different, like this little plastic box. John said it was some kind of specific, like plastic they used back then. I don't know, but I added that to the cart too. And then I found these silver plated, um, what are they? Wine cups, and they're from Portugal. I probably should have Google lens them, but I don't sell silver that well. But maybe since I'm going to be headed to a different platform, they would. But I left them. I sadly left them. But you guys, we are going to be headed home right now. Let me know if you want more thrift with me content. Let me know down in the comments, and I could definitely bring that your way. But for now, we are headed home. All right, we made it home, but I kind of stopped at a garage sale before we did that. But we have our thrifted goodies. Look at it. Well, John found it. Okay, John found it. So we're gonna go in, we are gonna craft some of the stuff that we found, and then I'm gonna show you what is gonna be in the Whatnot giveaway for my Thursday show next week. So stay tuned. Let's start with the crafted. We're gonna start out with this thrift find. I think it was like $1.99. Maybe I paid too much for it. It's okay. But we are gonna take crinoline and we are gonna give this 2 coats. I was inspired by seeing these pieces on my Pinterest page and thought, you know what, we can recreate that with the new paint and lay from IOD. So gave it 2 coats front and back. Now I'm going to grab one of the new paint inlays. It comes in black and it comes in this blue, and I will get them restocked next Tuesday. I think my shipment is coming in. So after going through all of the sheets, I find what image I want to use, and I'm going to go ahead and cut those out among some other images we're going to use on the plate as well. I am going to adhere my paint inlay with liquid patina. However, you can also just use your paint color. So I'm going to put a healthy coat of liquid patina down. Then I'm going to spritz the plate and I'm going to spritz my paint inlay. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to press it down firmly here. And then taking these floral images, I'm going to repeat the same steps, just applying the liquid patina and then adhering those flowers in random spots. I really was going for, you know, an old look, just like I showed you in that inspiration photo. So I'm going to put these sporadically around my plate, just doing the same steps, liquid patina, laying it down, spritzing it with water, and patting the excess off. I even, because I'm extra, y'all, put something on the back so it almost looks like a maker's mark back there. You know, I gotta be bougie. All right, so now that it's dry, I'm going to spritz it with water. This reactivates your paint inlay, and then you can peel them off. Doesn't that look good? It is so satisfying pulling these off. Let me show you the big one. Let me show you the middle one when we pull that off. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Yes. Oh, that's so pretty, you guys. Isn't that so satisfying? I love it. Okay, we're going to save all of those paint inlays that we took off because we could use them again. Then we are going to take our texture stamp with stone gray, and this I wanted to add to almost look like crazing on the plate. And the texture stamp actually comes with 4 different textures, and I do have that available on my website. And after that, I left this to dry overnight, which I usually do anytime I use a paint inlay. When I went in the next day to clear it, I cleared it with liquid patina. The paint inlay started smearing, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I just ruined this perfect, like it was looking so good. Now, I've never had this problem before, brushing it on. I know there are some creators that will mix like their big top with some water and spritz the paint inlay first and then brush on the clear coat. So maybe next time with this paint inlay, I need to try that method because I've never had this issue. But I wasn't going to let that pull me down. I was going to think of a way to make this work, which I'm going to show you in a little bit because I'm going to show you another DIY that is very similar to what we're doing here. And then I'll show you how I finished those off. Hey everyone, taking a break from DIYs really quick because I wanted to tell you about my new obsession. And if you've been with me for some time, you guys know that I'm obsessed with a lot of things like thrifting, crafting, paint, IOD, all of that stuff. But this new obsession is Whatnot. And Whatnot is a selling platform, but it's like auction style. So you download the app and then like all these different auctions will pop up on your screen based off of your preferences, and you can bid on stuff. And you guys, I've already started shopping. I've already done 2 orders and it's fabulous. And you could get things for super, super inexpensive. You could get things for super cheap on this app, but it is so much fun. And you guys, I hopped on the Whatnot train, and I'm going to be having my first sale next Thursday, July 25th, 5 p.m. Central Time. And what I want you to do is I want you to go down in the description box right underneath this video, and there will be a link. Click on that, and it's going to give you $15 credit to use towards any of my sales. So go through the process. Make sure to click that link though. It also lets Whatnot know that your girl sent you. So that helps me out a lot. But you guys, it is going to be so much fun. And the Whatnot community is a blast. You can actually chat with people in like these auctions. So you're chatting with people that have the same interests as you. So it's literally the most fun time. And you guys, anyone that makes a purchase on the Whatnot sale next Thursday, they're gonna have a chance to win this amazing giveaway, which includes like a basically new Michael Kors bag that I found. Yes, yes, and all these other goodies. So make sure you are there. I cannot wait to see you, and make sure to click the link in the description box, because I was gonna say, because you get 15 bucks, you know. Anyways, make sure to click the link down in the description box. I cannot wait to see all of my thrifty people there, all my Thrifted Thursday people there as well. All right, you guys, we will finish these DIYs now. Here we are back with our DIYs. So, same paint inlay booklet. They have these beautiful little images, you guys. They are so fun. I grabbed these mugs. These I did have in my stash already, and I sprayed them with some clear matte spray paint just to help the paint grip to the surface. I'm going to find which ones work, and then I'm going to, just like we did with the paint, I'm going to take crinoline. And crinoline is a creamy color, you guys, but it doesn't have a yellow undertone, so I love using this. It's kind of like a chiffon color. So I'm going to apply 2 coats of crinoline. And then I'm going to take my golden ticket, and I am going to rub the golden ticket around the rim of the mug, just like you see in teacups, especially old teacups, how like it looks like it's wearing off around the rim. That's the look I was going for. I also decided to amp it up just a bit and also paint the handles of the mug with the golden ticket. And I did do 2 coats on here just to kind of make sure that that gold really pops, but it still looks a little bit like distressed. I also do the same thing on our plate, just put that gold around the rim, but I don't want it perfect. I want it to look worn. After that, again, just like the plate, you guys, we are going to take liquid patina, and I'm going to take my images, spritz them with water, and then lay them on. Now you can see there's ripples on the bottom of that mug, but that does not affect the paint inlay whatsoever. So I spritzed it with more water, pat it down, make sure it's going into that liquid patina. I put another image as well on the other mug. Now I'm taking those paint inlays we already used on the plate. Now you can use your paint inlays probably like 2 to 3 times, and every time you use them, the image is going to get lighter and lighter. And that was fine with me because I want it to look aged. So I spritzed all of them with water. I'm going to put my liquid patina on my cup, and then I'm going to stick those down onto there, again, just in like random spots over here. And After those dry, we're going to spritz them once again and we're going to start peeling them off. And you can see the paint inlays that I've already used. They're not as bright as that front image that we used for the first time. They're a little bit more dull. They're not showing up as much, and that is okay. I want it to look that way. Now, after we're done, if I get it in camera, I do the crackle again to make it look like there's crazing on the cup. Now we're going to head to the garage. And this is where I tried to fix it. Instead of like brushing it on, we're going to use this clear glaze. Spray that on, and this gives it a glass-like look. So here is how the plate looks. So instead of brushing that liquid patina on the mugs, this was my like saving grace here. And it completely transformed the plate and saved it. Yes, there's some smearing, but we live and we learn. I still love how this turned out. That vase, you guys, that's next to it, I actually made that in a dupe video. And here is how the mugs turned out. Now the mugs, I don't know if it was, I don't know what I did, but these look a lot more aged and distressed than the plate does. They definitely look like they have a little bit more wear, but I'm not mad about it, are you? I think they look really good. I I think they're fun and definitely something I could improve on though. So we'll have to play around with that in the future. Now, this last one, the box, you guys. Like I said, I thrift all of these boxes. I'm going to take crinoline. And as I started painting it, I realized how um, rustic, I guess, this looked. Like the wood and everything like that. It was coming through the paint. It had hard edges and it just did not go with this like regal look I was going for. So to save the box, I decided I was going to take some salt wash and mix it in with the crinoline because at least it would give me some texture and look more like a potted um plant piece, a pot. I don't you picking up what I'm putting down cuz I'm not. I just thought that it would make it look more finished, I guess, considering like the look we were going for. So I stippled the salt wash on all around and then I tried to fill in like the holes where like the nails were, all of that stuff. I want it to look more finished. And I decided to try a paint inlay over salt wash. I've never done this before. I didn't know if it was going to work. So I decided to go for it. So I put a healthy coat of liquid patina on here. And then, of course, I spritzed my paint inlay and place that on top. I used plastic wrap this time around to really push down that paint inlay because I wanted it to get into all of that beautiful texture. And I only did one sheet. I didn't do the whole box because I was like, I don't know if this is going to work and I ain't going to waste my paint inlays, okay? So after that dried, and then I spritzed it again, as I started peeling off, it was dun dun dun. For whatever reason, it showed up on the bottom, but not the top. But I was not going to chuck it, okay? So we're still going to do something with it. So next, I'm going to take Hey Sailor and I'm going to take Blue Iris. And I'm trying to kind of color match to the paint inlay. I'm going to take some of the florals from the new Felicity mold. I actually ended up only using one of them. And I am going to paint them in this little custom color I made here. And once that is dry, I am going to take crinoline and I'm going to dry brush that on top of the florals so all of its beautiful details pop. If you guys have not seen this mold, it is fabulous. Once that is done, I did clear that with some liquid patina. And then I decided I was going to put it right here because it almost looked purposeful. Like you could see like the image fading on the top. There's a little bit more on the bottom. So sticking that flower like right in the middle, I felt like made it look more intentional. I don't know. What do you think? And that would be it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a little something. I hope you got inspired. I really enjoyed creating them and playing around with the paint inlays. I appreciate you all being here. I hope to see a lot of you on the Whatnot show next Thursday. I always have a blast chatting with you guys. Thank you for being here. Bye.